Hi everyone. Today I wanted to try something different. I want to read questions and answers from internet about INFPs. So I found this interesting question. What is your opinion about an INFP person? So let's read the answers. A deeply emotional and sensitive person with a tendency to relive past bad experiences time after time and cry over it. Very cheerful, artistic, and almost always have a great sense of style. Not me. Knows the latest trends and try to blend it into their unique way and present it. Very, very private and opens up intellectually and emotionally to very few people. Highly intuitive and spiritual, overly idealistic, and often have a hard time grasping reality. True that. Reading the other answers to this question, I would add that INFPs I know are extremely knowledgeable and well read, have a variety of interests, and therefore make great conversationalists once comfortable with the group. They have weird, silly sense of humor, which I could only describe as an acquired taste. But once you do start to get their jokes hilarious, on the somewhat darker side, they can be a little too know-it-all at times and are an absolute pain to share a household with simply because they really, truly, and with all their essence do not care about practical matters. Oh, another answer. My best guy friend is an INFP. He's one of the most caring people I know. He understands me, an ENFP, in a way few people can. He's so encouraging to me and others. Over the 3 years we've known each other, I've been able to see him find his passion and become more confident. He's very different from a lot of guys I know. He's more passive and more in tune with his emotions. He's also very self aware and is always working to make himself better. He doesn't often fit in with the masculine stereotypes, but I personally don't see that as a negative thing at all. Okay. Mm. INFPs, Well, to tell you the honest truth, because there is also a dishonest truth apparently, the girl I was hoping would let me marry her is an INFP. I love her creativity, her need to improve, and her sincerity. I drove 5 hours just so I could have a date. She's absolutely an amazing human being, and she's the second one I've been able to date. But they are a flaky bunch. Where I need to be able to plan, INFPs don't seem troubled by it. But oh, what I wouldn't do for that girl. It was nice to have someone who just wants to talk about life. So if the rest of the INFPs are like that, just don't really see anything bad about them. Yeah. Oh, okay. Another. Like INFPs, they're the deepest rivers, but they love to lie, and not many can see it. Those secrets and the fact they really care, just do it because they can, are why I like them. They are far too high maintenance for me, though. Um, Another answer, being one, I think our biggest point of growth is getting out of our heads and actually trying things in life. We are slow to make decisions and get caught up in a lot of hard stuff. Press on ahead even when you don't have all the answers. I think we are pretty awesome. We can do this. Kind of looking for negative ones. Uh, I can't say I'm a pro at this subject, but in my experience, they seem shy, really introverted, but they are very loyal and empathetic to their friends. They also tend to express themselves really well even if they're introverts. They tend to have unique styles. Blah, 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 blah. Well, next end. Well, to be honest, even though I am an INFP, I find other INFPs annoying sometimes. I find them way too sensitive and I think they take things too personally. And when I want a direct opinion on something, I can't ask them because they're like way too careful about trying not to upset me when all I really want is a straightforward answer. But apart from that, I love them. They can be too shy though. Hmm. Oh, another one. I really cannot stand the INFP. They are nice enough, but they will turn on a file towards you if they don't get their way. In my experience with them, they will ask a question just to get your opinion, even though their mind was made up. In an office setting, they will go from one person to the next asking opinions, so much so that you finally don't care to answer. I find them slovenly, non structured, and unkept, just not my cup of tea. I have one child that is an INFP and seem to need to dislike him more than the others. He will get lost in a task and spend all day in a core instead of in a chore instead of completing it in a timely manner. We'll spend 10 minutes watching water dribble from the sink instead of doing dishes. Need a timer set with a punishment if not completed in allotted time. Never seems to complete the entire job and cannot follow written instructions. The same was for a junior engineer in my office. He finally quit once pressure was applied to him. Never was able to complete work or always left things undone and said it was complete. The women that I have dated are a pain, just not my cup of tea. Why do people hate INFPs? I guess, a related topic. Because INFPs can sense your fakeness and bullshit. uh, okay, I want to read more negative. Where is it? Why do people hate INFPs? Another answer. It's when others start circling in on INFP's inability to move forward and evolve. They're self destructive and moody, not practical, and unwilling to do the simplest things that would help shift their toxic mindset. Although, what a typical INFP post, speaking to say nothing much, just snotty. INFJs can see through INFP and they hate this. They dislike encountering a therapist in the real world who is unwilling to baby them and accept the bullshit they feed and believe inside themselves. Upvoted twice. Uh, Mm. Oh, what you don't like about INFPs? Well, let's start with the bad news. INFPs can be very indirect and non-committal in how they convey information. At times, this can be pleasantly tactful, but sometimes I just can't tell what they want or what they're trying to say, which can be frustrating. What I love about most what I love most about them is their capacity for deep, whole brained listening. They're potentially the best listeners of the 16 types, in my opinion. Ooh. Okay, another one, selfishness. As their first cognitive function is FI, INFP tend to prioritize their well being and often disregard others. The one I know makes absolutely no efforts when it comes to doing something that would require a short moment of patience but could have a great positive impact for the other person. Stubborn in their lack of logic. Few INFPs I know intentionally do things they know they shouldn't just because they refuse to see reality, because doing what should be done requires too much effort for them. They prefer to do wrong things, make wrong choices only because it makes them feel good on the moment. Instead of struggling or resisting for the good, they dwell in their imaginary world because it is just more comfortable for them. They choose the easy path for short term contentment. Introversion. As they're introverts, they often stop socializing with people. They do not realize, actually, they do, that it could hurt people around them with their silence. But just because they don't feel like socializing, they will not force themselves. They will not force themselves and do not mind about making people feel sad around them. Hypocrisy. That point is related to the previous one. When they are forced to see in real life someone they ghosted, they will play the victim, find excuses and act cute, shy, so the person cannot hold grudges against them. As I know them well, I know they actually give no shit about the person and that they're just putting on an act just to be appreciated by the person still, while despising them behind closed doors. Seeing them in action and knowing what they genuinely think is like seeing two different people. They have the ability to make people they talk shit about find them innocent and harmless. Ooh, this is a good one. What is the dark side of an INFP? They don't give a fuck about what the system is. If they don't like it, then that is complete bullshit to them. They don't care about social standards. They don't like being caged. They don't like being controlled. They always break free from your grasps. They're pretty nice, no doubt. They love to see the good side of everyone, but once you piece an INFP off, you start to see that their words can cut really deep. Also, generally, INFPs are good with emotions. And trust me, when you upset an INFP, they can make all the guilt burst out of you without even a good reason. They are really strong willed when it comes to belief. Once they start to believe in something, it's gonna take a lot to convince them to another belief. And honestly, pretty stubborn. Like I said, they don't care about the system. But they have one weakness. If they genuinely love and care for the person who they're upset with, it's gonna take a lot for them to get truly mad with that person. Another answer: what is the dark side of INFP? Cold. The darker side of an INFP is cold, and not a cold winter day or a once a decade polar vortex. It's an absolute zero. All the warmth and moral goodness is emptied, and nothing is left. It is an absence of heat. Granted, it takes a long, long, long time to get to that point, but it is a culmination of actions and decisions that is made by a person or persons that paved the path. Okay, what frustrates people about INFPs? They disappear, usually because people are being less than the decent human beings they imagined them to be. INFPs are very emotional and become ghosts when they feel they're being walked on for too long. The people they ghost remain clueless as to why they are being ghosted because the INFPs never tell them as they hate confrontation. An INFP could solve most of their problems if they just blatantly told people when there is an issue. But that will never happen because INFPs like to do things with style. INFPs are actually big fucking assholes. Uh, what's the dark side of INFP? Answer: INFPs can get dark, really dark. It's not pretty, and we know this. The constant battle between good and evil rages on within ourselves as much as it does in our external world. Through generally peaceful and loving, though generally peaceful and loving, when dealing with the constant influx of negativity in our surroundings that we so easily absorb, knowingly or unknowingly, results in some of the following traits: cutting people out of our lives with little to no explanation. If we feel they have wronged us too many times, we in turn become resentful and hang on to this resentment and begin to infamous self-sabotage game. Because no close relationship or friendship we have has been blah blah blah. Another one: an inability to confront any situation that is negatively affecting us. Overly diplomatic. Once we have made our decisions, we are so stubborn. Addiction to toxicity in many different forms: toxic personalities, toxic relationships, toxic people, self sabotage, drugs, alcohol, risky behavior. These will most likely vary from one INFP to another. Another trait of our dark side: always seeing the best in every person and thinking that everybody is essentially good no matter who they are. I guess that could be a negative thing too. Okay. Feeling every emotion so intensely. Okay, what is it like to live with an INFP? I live with an INFP for 3 years now. Usually we say that INFPs are messy, but that's not true for all of them. For instance, she's always clean. She can't stay in a messy environment. Her bed is always perfect. When she cooks, showers, she let the place shining behind her. When I get home, I never see the house dirty. She can't stay calm if her outfit is dirty even a little bit. She has a good hygiene. Her teeth, hair, nails, hands are always clean. She cleans her hands maybe 15 times a day. Seems like INFPs can also have an obsessive compulsive disorder, right? She's naturally beautiful. She does nothing and she's still stunning. That's true. That's true. She doesn't put a lot of makeup and she's always gorgeous. True that. She doesn't even need it all. Perfect complexion. Yes. Perfect complexion. Natural long lashes. True that as well. Natural full. Is this my ex boyfriend? And natural full and dark eyebrows, full and rose lips. Oh my god. She likes to take care about herself with natural stuff. She prefers to buy and spend her time to creams, oils, herbs, infusion better than makeup or chemicals things. She has a skincare routine, not a big one, but that's important to her. She loves create DIY products for her. She doesn't do a lot of sports, but I don't know how she always have beautiful body. She likes to do yoga a lot. She love I don't know, they forget to add endings to. She loved making research about psychology, personality, spiritual things, well being in general, through food, energies, meditation, plants, herbs, oils, massage, meditation. She's learning all the time. She's thirsty about knowledge. She wants to know literally everything. She loves serious, romantic, and funny ones. She hates dramatic stories. That's not true. She loves cute and colorful stuff. She doesn't spend a lot of money. She doesn't even care a lot about material things that much. But she does love decorations of house. Even though she's still so young, she likes few things that a granny should like. She has a good taste on styles, fashion, but she hates follow the trends. She has to always be original and unique. She is so careful about everything she eats. Okay, this guy is really in love with this person. It goes on forever. Okay. At the end, he says that he's French. Okay, he sums it up with INFPs are truly amazing, powerful, unique, and inspiring. Many INFPs don't like themselves because they're just at an unhealthy phase. So keep going, walk to your true self, and you will be able to see how your capacities, your strength, your talents, your thought, your soul, your body, all of them are beyond beauty. Okay, let's finish on this positive note. Yay!